What's up, everybody? My name is Angel Lakita Moore Tanksley, also known as That Chick Angel.
I'm Marcus Tanksley, her husband.
Yes, of almost 13 years.
Almost 13 years, yeah.
And we have a podcast online called Is This Going to Cause an Argument? As well as daily vlogs.
Daily vlogs, yeah.
On my YouTube channel.
Yeah.
TV.
Cool. So, of course, we want to do this episode. It's about being married and still being able to function in your careers. A lot of people say that you can't do both, and we want to kind of dispel that whole notion and, that idea, So how do you guys feel about that concept in general?
Of not being able to work with your spouse, like building a career.
Work with your spouse and also explore your personal career.
Okay.
I've heard that before. I really don't think I don't think it is the case, or it should be the case anyway, because when you enter a marriage, it's a partnership. And if you all are equally yoked, or even if you're not equally yoked, you still should be able to, put y'all's backs together and charge it whatever you need to go to, and still be able to support each other without having to leave somebody to the side, or this is my career, so you need to follow me. I can see if somebody has a career to where, we got to move across country, or we got to move to another state or something like that. That just creates a discussion of, what we're going to do or what's the compromise. But as far as I couldn't see anything that she wanted to do or something that I wanted to do that would make us say, well, I can't support that because of what I do.
Right.
And also, communication is always the key to it.
As cliche as it sounds,
it's so simple, but
because it's truly I can understand that sometimes people's career can sometimes get pushed so far front in priority that you can find that your spouse is starting to feel neglected and resent your career.
Right.
All that can typically be, I don't want to say solved, but kind of fixed by there being an open line of communication of, yo, what's up? I feel you ignore me, or the other spouse being like, I know I've been going hard at it, and I'm hoping that my timeline to be able to pull back so I can focus on us more is a month. So if you can give me that time, because it's not always going to be perfect where, I finish working, I only work these 8 hours, and then the rest of the time I can devote to our marriage or our family. Sometimes it's not that. Sometimes it is you going in 12, 14 hours on your job, and your family is on the wayside. But if there's communication, I feel like in some regard to the other person, it's all about. Yeah.
So do you both consider to be creatives, or are you, Angel, the creative and Marcus is more of the
we're both creatives, but I have had a career in creating way longer than you. I co-create. That co on there. Yeah. I have been making money solely as a creator for over 14 years. Okay. So I have always had an occupation that has been it's going great one day, and maybe another day is not going great. But allowing my passion for creating, for entertaining, being the thing to drive me, and not so much the money. The money comes, but allowing the creativity and my love for it to drive me. He is just really wanting to be a part of this.
Yeah, he just wants to talk.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay.
We
understand.
We definitely understand. So, as far as being creatives and entrepreneurship, how do you handle that and balance a happy marriage?
Family also.
Family and everything.
Children, all that.
Well, I think it comes in line with, again, the whole communication aspect of it. But also, it's we always looked at it, or at least once we realized what we were trying to do is look at, all right, we building this empire. Mm-hmm. And when it starts at the foundation, which is us. So we got to keep in line. We got to keep that open line of communication, keep everything in line as we build that. So, and it's always willing to take those ideas that we have to each other and expect honesty. It's just oh, well, I got this idea. I think we should do blah, blah, boom, boom, boom. And it's that, I don't think that's a good idea. Or knowing your spouse well enough, knowing your partner well enough to be like, okay, I'm going to let them see that this is not a good idea rather than
Right.
But it's part of learning each other and knowing each other. You know, that's not something that you can just be smart enough. That comes with time. That's not something
it's not an intelligence thing.
It's not an intelligence. It's like being around the person, learning them, learning yourself, learning, oh, maybe I don't approach these type of situations the right way.
Right.
That comes right around with being an entrepreneur or trying to build something, holding that career as well as building something outside of your career, you know, for yourself or, you know, for the family.
Yeah.
And we have been blessed that a lot of our entrepreneurial pursuits evolve around our family. So it makes it easier to balance it. It's not like we are, you know, building a furniture store or something like that. So far fetched from what we currently do as a family. So I think that also helps because our kids are involved in our day-to-day life. And that's what we have used. Not to say that, like, you know, Marcus has entrepreneurial goals that aren't as family related, that deal with like automotive, even like with his beard and body butter. That isn't so much like family. That is
right.
But luckily for us, a big portion of what we do as entrepreneurs evolves around us being married, around us being parents to 4 boys. So it makes it so that we don't have to necessarily separate the two. I know, right. Daddy wants to take it from me. There you go. Sorry, he's got my tweezer. I was just gonna let him have it. So keep it
oh no,
it's okay.
Cool. I mean, so have you ever been in a situation where you felt like having kids stopped you from reaching any milestone, or?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I appreciate your honesty.
For real.
We have asked that to like so many people, and they always
yeah.
like, no, kids.
Yeah, sure, they're not. It's nothing.
I don't understand how having kids could not stop you.
Right.
Yeah, no,
changes.
Slow down. Let me not say my kids. Me having children significantly slowed down my career trajectory. It slowed down what I was able to commit to doing towards pieces of my career. I was saying in a video that I recently made, a lot of people are shocked when they find out I do stand-up. And they're like, you do stand-up, especially other stand-up.
Wait, you do stand-up?
Listen, see?
Wait, like you got a whole set.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
He has hours of material.
I have been stand-up for over 10 years now. But most comedians, they don't know because I have kids and I have kids that I have to take care of. And comedy shows are at 8 o'clock at night.
Right.
Guess what I'm doing at 8 o'clock at night? Making sure these 4 boys are in bed or, spending time with him. Yeah. So
it's not that the whole night scene of, okay, I got a Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday. I got shows at blah, blah, blah time. Right. It's like that hungry comedian that's always out doing these that ain't happening.
It's not conducive to me being a mother. So I have friends who started comedy at the exact same time as me who are more known as comedians than what I now, if I'm completely honest, I don't know, even if I didn't have kids, if I would want to be that person that's like, oh, I gotta get on stage, I'm just gonna go out. I don't even know if that's a part of me, but that option wasn't really available to me either because I had kids to take care of, and that will always be one of my priorities. And even with their jobs that I have, my agents have called me with as an actress, that I'm like, no, I'm not going to take that because I would then have to find somebody to watch the kids, and stuff would be out of state. I gotta fly to New York. If the pay ain't as good as it could be, and then I gotta find somebody that's gonna be able to get my kids to the bus stop because he's already at work. Like, there are things that I've had to turn down, and solely because I'm a parent.
Yeah.
So I don't. God bless those people who being a parent and having kids does not affect
Yeah, I don't know how they say.
Yeah, me either.
We hear it all the time. Like people just lie. They just lie. Like
because at this point, yeah, we're like that ain't true.
Yeah, luckily she got to a point to where now she only does stand up as if it's gonna benefit her usually in her career or if she knows she's getting paid for it.
Yeah.
Right.
Her name is out there just enough to where it's like, hey, we
Yeah.
want you to, so we'll pay you this. She's like, all right, cool.
So can I find a 15 anywhere online?
Do I ever post inside of some of my blogs? I just don't remember in which ones. Inside some of my blogs, I'll let a couple of bits come out. But no, I personally do not. Now that's one thing. I'm not writing. This is what I'll give like comedians that are really out here. They're writing material all the time. While material comes to me all the time, I don't always write it down.
Right.
So I'm not always. I usually put my improv up inside, like, because I improvise a lot of my jokes because I host. So those are the things that you'll find inside of my vlogs where I'm doing more audience participation, kind of like what's that podcast with Chico Bean and
85 South Show, yeah.
You know how they have a whole segment of theirs.
Yeah, just improv.
Yes, it's improv.
Yeah.
Those are the portions that I'll put online when it's like I'm just going off of what I see in the audience and what I'm getting. Okay. But my written stuff, because I'm like, I don't know what I'm about to write another joke. I got to keep it.
Right, I got to save this.
So what's next for you guys as a couple and then like individually? I know you're doing your Road to 40 right now.
Yes, 40.
So I'm tuned into that.
Yeah, I mean, right now, Corona took my 40th and threw it in the trash. So I tried to get my 40th out of the trash and wipe it off.
Right.
So creating content in that way. We're growing our podcast as quickly as possible. We're hoping to be able to do some, no telling what it's going to look like once our society is trying to find a new normal, but we want to be able to do some live shows.
Right.
Yeah, that was the whole plan for that.
Cool.
Start taking it live just to, see where that goes. But
yeah,
was like, no, we're gonna put a hold on all of that.
But Marcus, he wants to be able to start creating more content that is outside of me, because now most of his content is very much so connected to me. I'm the full-time content creator. But he has a couple of things that he wants to do that I'm going to help him produce once it's all said and done, so that he can. People know me very well, and they kind of know him, but there's a whole part of him that they could get to know that he could use. Monitor.
People know her, but know of me.
Right.
Yeah.
So that is what we're hoping. He's doing this only because he knows that we're doing something.
Oh yeah. That we have a 15-month-old, so we get it.
He's a hot mess.
Yeah.
So
we had to take him somewhere because this could not happen.
Absolutely not.
With him here.
Absolutely
not. Yeah. There's no place to take him. And he knows it. He's like, I'm stuck right here with y'all. And y'all stuck right here with me.
Right.
Yeah.
What you got?
No, I wanted to talk to him about the just about juggling life, because that's really my issue. But we kind of touched on
we kind of touched on it
about that. So, but even though you said that you talked about having kids setting you back, do you feel like you have any like real regrets, like, or dang, I should have, or like, do you ever think about it, like, man, if I didn't have them, like, I could have did this, or like, you know what I mean? Or like, do you ever feel bad for thinking about that?
Yeah. I actually was just talking about this to my girlfriend literally a few moments before this podcast. I was telling her, because she was talking to me saying she was taking singing lessons and voice lessons. And I was like, I remember when I was in my 20s and I would drive a whole hour to do voice lessons with this one woman, because I thought I was going to be moving to New York to do musical theater, go on tours doing musical theater. And that is one thing that I sometimes regret that I didn't do, is do more tours as a musical theater actress.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do those now at all.
Right.
that is something that I feel like has a very, like a distinct window of opportunity of being young, not having children, not being married, and or you have to wait until you're, older, your kids are grown, and your husband's having his own midlife crisis. So,
Right.
Balances out.
Right.
So that's probably one thing that I regret that I did not do, that I didn't take like a year to be able to like tour and get to know that, because I miss the theater sometimes, and I can't really. Again, the theater is not conducive, especially not in LA, to have family, and it also doesn't pay well out here either, so it doesn't make sense for me to do it. But sometimes I do regret that in my younger years, when I was already worried about if I was going to get married and if I was going to have kids, if I would have been like, oh, well, it'll happen when it happens. Let me go do this other career stuff.
Right.
It, but it's not like such a big regret that it's going to be something that I'm thinking about in my last moments here on earth. I won't be like, I
should have did that. Yeah.
The wind, don't. I'm not going to be thinking. But it's probably my only one.
Right.
Okay, so I have another question about the kids. Do you feel like kids benefited like you and benefited your career a lot more than you thought it would?
I have a whole new career because of my kids.
Yeah.
I was just an actress prior to having kids. There was no, I was the actress. Period. And then once I got pregnant, I added stand-up comedian to it, and then writer, and then content creator and producer, like, and podcast creator, like all of those things. And he definitely wouldn't have been.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't have been any of the social media things, like, had it not been them pushing me in a different direction.
Right.
I'm more the traditional, like I'm a 9 to 5, general contractor.
Right. Yeah.
But then having them and then seeing what she was able to create from having them, from us having them, and then it's like, oh, there's an entire culture out there that's not even tapped into that much, just the fatherhood, particularly Black fatherhood, is not a lot out there for it, especially in our community. So it's just like, oh, well, let me start, seeing what this is about.
Get on that train. Yeah.
What I do is, parenting.
Yeah.
I mean, it's 100% of what I do, but I have other things. But I'm like, people need to see this because it's this whole stipulation that Black men aren't in their kids' lives.
Right, and that's
exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
There's so many studies that have proven that wrong. This is like, so let's just put that out there and make it normal.
Yeah. So, yep. I just wanted you guys to let people know that you do evolve too, like even your careers, like it's some greatness that comes out of having kids, like something that pushes you to be, more than you thought you could be, it makes you test your boundaries, like, so yeah. I just want you guys.
I would be, if it wasn't for these kids, I would be able to do this podcast without having to nurse. But no, during this pandemic, most of Hollywood is shut down. There's very few things that are in production. Animation is in production, and there's commercials. But being a mommy content creator did not stop for me. Like, I'm still working, doing that during this time. So the pivot that I had to make, or not had to, the pivot that I made because I saw the opportunity only came about because I had children. I was able to sell a show based off of the fact that I am a mom. Like, I don't know if, I'm sure God would have given me another show had I not, like, another idea of a show that would have sold.
Right.
There's so many doors and opportunities that have come about solely because I am a woman raising my children, and I'm thankful for it.
Yeah.
Right.
So where there's a whole bunch of single chicks out there, it's like, oh, you single, huh? Yeah. Yep. Versus, no, I'm married, I have children, this is, A, B, and C. It's like, oh, and if you can create behind that, that's great.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you guys, this will be like the closing thing. So if you could give like advice to young married couples who are creatives and entrepreneurs, what would it be? And then I guess we'll just end right there.
Yeah, I'll go first. one thing, don't limit yourself. But also, when not limiting yourself doesn't mean you have to do any and everything.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's without coming up with a game plan. Like not looking at what's right in front of you, but looking, 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road, because something that maybe you not think, oh, that's not really something we want to do. I always seek out advice and come together on what you think you should do, or just a trajectory. Because there's ideas that I've had, and like I said earlier on, it's just like I didn't realize it until after I'd already filmed something. I was like, I can't put that out there. I'm glad you came to that. I thought about it and you seemed really excited. So I went out there and let you do it. I had to discover that for myself. So it's like I said, it's about that communication.
Right.
And like I said, coming up with a strong game plan. And even if like we starting off, like she's been the head of the entire social media thing. She's been like the pinnacle of it. Like just I'm following behind her. But now it's like, all right, let me start branching off now that I've seen what she's able to do.
Yeah.
But it's not me. Okay, you go do your thing. I'm gonna go do my thing. I got this. No, it ain't that.
Yes, that's
yeah.
It's about me sitting down and listening to her, taking her advice, and understanding that we won't agree on everything. That's part of a partnership. Like if you agree on everything, something ain't right. And when it goes wrong, it's gonna go extremely wrong.
Right.
It's like, so put your, if you have an idea, if you disagree, say, well, I don't agree with that, but let's try it this way anyway.
Right.
My bit of advice, and it took me a while to take my own advice, is allow, if you're working as a married couple, as creatives, allow the authenticity of your relationship drive everything. It's so easy to start to compare yourself, especially like when you see a couple that might be like, as far as in their business, where they have accomplished, what have they accomplished might be a goal, right?
Right.
Oh my goodness, they're doing all this and yada da da da, and it can begin to make you want to start to reshape what your presence is and how you create to kind of follow behind them. But you will find that your audience that you gain, your content that you create will be resonate more if it is more authentic to who you are and not to where you're trying to get based off of other people.
Right.
Gotcha.
That was a hard role for me because I like I said, I'm a rule follower and I like to look at other people's blueprints.
Yeah.
Like, I'm all about, I will take advice. You hear me? Like if somebody out there is doing some good work, give me some advice so I know what I need to do. But I need to get to a place where I felt comfortable knowing that me and him got this. Yes, I'll still take advice from people, but I don't need for us to look like any other couple in what they're doing.
Yeah, we can only look at this.
Yeah,
like she knows for a fact, unless it's like her coaching me or something, I can only be me.
Right.
And that's one thing that always, and I never realized that I was always just being me and not caring. But that's one thing that attracted a lot of her followers to me. Is like, I like Marcus. He's honest. If he says something, he means it.
Yeah.
So yeah, he didn't have to be like super duper like kitsy touchy feely and all this stuff. He didn't have to be. I didn't have to be the like, oh, really sweet and demure and extremely like all the time wife. If that's not who I generally am, I shouldn't have to feel like I need to become that to display this persona.
Yeah.
Just because I saw another couple do it. And I'm like, oh, the couple is doing so well and they're making so much money and they're creating so many things. And God bless them. That's great. That's terrible. But I don't want to miss my blessing trying to be somebody else. Trying to have my relationship look like somebody else. So that's the biggest thing for couple creatives. Really allow the authenticity of your relationship and of who you all are to drive how you create and to drive where your business goes.
And don't let other people's opinion drive you either, because that was one of the things where people, when I first started stepping onto the scene and people that didn't know our relationship, it's like, oh my God, like he's not caring for her. He doesn't. Bickering back and forth. I'm like, us bickering is how we flirted with each other when we first started dating. It works, and it's worked for over this 16 years now. We've been doing this. It's like, this is successful. We don't have to be hold hands and
Yeah, that's not.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not everybody.
I'm like, nah, you got something in your teeth. I'll say, you're gonna be like, you need to chew some gum. I'm like, all right. Yeah, so it's like just be you. That's like the biggest thing I can say, like you said, just that authenticity. People sense it.
Right.
And if people want something different that they want to see, then they need to go find it somewhere else if they don't like that.
Yeah.
Period.
Yep. I think that's like nothing else to say after that. Yeah.
Got to be.
Well, look, guys, we appreciate the time. I don't want to keep you guys all day. I'm glad you guys, like I said, I'm glad you responded.
Yeah.
No, of course. No.
I just decided, like, during this quarantine, I'm just gonna reach out to people and just make stuff happen. Like, it's no excuse. Like,
like we came to that realization. It's like,
why not? Yeah. Just reach out. Like,
you'd be surprised the responses you get. It's like, absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, the worst that can happen is someone say no.
Right.
Not
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's like, we're gonna steal your cars because you asked us. No thanks. All right, next person. Yeah.
Cool.
Well, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Ciao.
Bye.
Thank y'all. Bye.
Y'all have a good one.
You
too.
Bye.